Hello everyone and welcome to another video of TruProxy, the live cost estimator in Databricks. Now you might have heard we are building this to know when our live costs are actually happening within Databricks. We felt the need to understand what the hourly cost is for each of the services within Databricks, because we want to make sure that we can change our behavior while we are developing, and in order to do that accurately we need to know what the services within Databricks are really costing us at the moment that we are using them. So for this reason we developed TruProxy, the cost proxy within Databricks. So let's have a look at what it actually looks like within Databricks. Now in this video we'll have a closer look at the clusters tab. Now this reports how much the all-purpose clusters are actually costing us here within Databricks. So starting from the overview tab, we can here see the total general cost of all of the services together. We can see how much our warehouses and our clusters are costing. So let's have now a closer look at the individual clusters. So here in the top graph we see the total cluster cost of all of the all-purpose clusters that are currently running. We have one cluster running at the moment. It's costing us $1.93 an hour, and we have a couple of other clusters that we can turn on. And we can see the individual cost for each of those here within the bottom graph. So let's take a look at the other clusters. Let's turn on here the TruPositive cluster, and once we do that we can see that the cost is shooting upwards for this particular cluster. There is a change in state to pending. So right now there's a driver node that was turned on, and that's already starting to incur some costs. But we are now waiting for the worker nodes, and once those are up and running we will see the actual live costs per hour for once you can start using the cluster. But this already gives you an idea of what the live feedback is that you get from TruProxy. So let's say that we now turn on Simon's cost cluster, Simon, my colleague. Let's see what happens then. This one is from a different size. He uses less worker nodes, less powerful nodes. So here in this case driver nodes only cost 82 cents an hour, and it will shoot up for another worker node. But there you can see the difference for each individual cluster and how they all add up together. And in this way we can immediately see what is running and what we might want to turn off before it starts costing us too much dollars an hour. But what happens now in the case of auto-scaling? Because of course once workers are up and running, the cost remains flat for each individual cluster. So let's have a look at that. I have this script that I can run, and it simulates a heavy workload. So let's use the TruProxy cluster here that has been turned on already. And once I run this script, it will start to notice that it needs some more worker nodes, and it will start to scale up. So what happens then within TruProxy? Let's have a closer look. Currently it's still running in the same value, and once Databricks notices that, hey, I'm running a heavy load, let's turn on some more nodes to cover this workload, you will see that the state will change to resizing, and then once that happens the dollars per hour will scale upwards. And of course once it automatically scales down, once the workload is less heavy, we will also see that reflected within the TruProxy. So you can see now the resizing is happening. This of course takes some amount of time, so that's we will have to wait a moment for that to happen. There you go. Now you see one of the clusters is now up and running and has increased in cost to $2 an hour almost. And we can see that the other one will start to run quite soon. Now of course the running clusters within Databricks, it can take some time to provision them. We want to make sure that we know when they're up and running, and with this we can now get live feedback of when they are actually incurring a number of costs. The auto-scaled one is now again auto-scaling. As we can see here, it will auto-scale even more because it notices that it needs additional clusters. So that's indeed going to start to cost us. So let's not incur too many costs here. I will turn off rather these clusters, because we know that we don't need them at the moment. So let's turn off these clusters, see what happens. Once I turn off the clusters, you get immediate feedback that the costs start to drop. Of course, once you stop a cluster, Databricks does not charge for the costs anymore. So let's make sure that we're not being charged for any of the costs here in this demo, and then we can show you next items within the Databricks TruProxy cost monitor. Let us know which services you want to see next and what ideas you have for this tool, how you might want to use this. We will continue to share videos while we are evolving this product into something that we can share with you in the near future. So we look forward to sharing that, and on to the next video.